When these two tigers first arrived in Africa, they couldn't believe their eyes. The chickens on the savannah could grow that big? And it wasn't just the chickens either. Even the fish swimming in the water were way bigger than anything they'd ever seen before. Staring at all this food they'd never encountered, they were honestly a bit overwhelmed. Life back in the mountains had been pretty rough. To ease into their new lifestyle, they figured they'd start with something simple: catch themselves a cow. Well, a rhino, to be specific. The rhino was like, "Look, I'm a native here. I've been roaming this savanna for thousands of years. Sure, I've seen plenty of animals with perms, but tattooed ones? You two are a first." Even though his status in Africa meant nobody messed with him, when it came to these mysterious gangster types covered head to toe in stripes, his best move was to make a run for it. Pumbaa watched this whole thing go down, completely baffled. Since when do leopard print ladies chase after rhinos? But within seconds, he realized something was off. These two tattooed characters weren't from around here. By then, though, it was way too late. 4-inch fangs had already sunk into his throat. The ostrich eyed these strangers cautiously. How did Pumbaa, who was usually so nimble on his feet, just get instantly taken out by a leopard? It wasn't until getting closer that it realized, hold up, that's not a leopard, that's a leopard plus. Once the ostrich caught on, it whipped around and bolted, busting out its signature sprint speed. But they'd seriously underestimated these tattooed newcomers. Even at full throttle, they couldn't outrun these Leopard Plus models packing 12-cylinder turbo engines. After a few practice runs, these two tigers really hit their stride. Whether it was birds in the sky or animals on the ground, they even raided the food stashes that working leopards had stashed up in trees. Now the residents in this area treated them like walking disasters. These animals never thought they'd live to see the day when they'd actually experience an invasive species crisis firsthand. What made it even scarier was that these two disasters combined cheetah speed with bull strength, could climb trees, and swim. Plus, they packed a bite force as powerful as a lion. On the African savanna, they were basically invincible. And that's not all. Even when it came to the river's apex predators, they more than held their own. Because in their minds, cats catching fish, that's just the natural order of things.